morning, everybody. This is Eureka John, Eureka Street Crypto Hub. This is episode 61 or so. I kind of lost count there for a second, but I'm guessing it's episode 61. It is 5:24 in the morning on November. Yeah, it's early. It's February 25th, 2021 at 5:24 in the morning, broadcasting live on the Theta Network as I do every morning now. From Leander, Texas, just outside of Austin, Texas, and here to bring you some crypto news, and so you can follow me daily on my crypto journey as I learn more and more about this world and try to bring what I learn to you and to try to articulate it outside of myself so I can learn myself. So that's what I do. As you see, I have a morning show that I just kind of go over some news, and then I have project-oriented videos. And yesterday I put out a project-oriented video over Hedera Hashgraph, and that was a really tough one to do. A lot of people have some very strong feelings about Hedera Hashgraph because Hedera Hashgraph is a larger cryptocurrency project that is definitely, I guess, would represent the establishment. And cryptocurrency in general, the people that founded it were very libertarian focused and anti-establishment. So what happens whenever the establishment begins to adopt a technology that was, or something, a culture or an idea that was previously anti-establishment, you're gonna have a lot of backlash and a lot of different opinions and philosophies out there clashing. So it has been interesting to say the least, and it's been challenging for me. Both personally, personally, it's been a little challenging for me because I do tend to be biased on the side of the little guy, and on the side, I'm libertarian leaning, and just on the side of somebody who wants large institutions and governments and big pockets to stay out of my business, basically. So it was a challenging video for me to do. I definitely wanted to put my bias into it because it is my video, but at the same time I need to remain open-minded and open to comments and criticisms, which I have addressed some of these comments that came flooding in on YouTube, and it's been interesting, definitely interesting to say the least, and I'm definitely open to criticisms, and I'll go through some of these with you real quick, but first let's take a look at the market. Let's see here what we have. Let me refresh this page. I got my kombucha tea here. No highly caffeinated pre-workout sports drink this morning because I'm not going to be working out today. I did a late class last night and I am beat to a pulp. So let's see here. Let me get this all pulled up to where I can see it. I have this Theta TV chat screen in the way. Okay, so Bitcoin hanging out around 50,000. It took a nosedive and then it kind of came back up to 50,000, and I believe it took a dive again last night for a little while, and then now it's come back up to 50,000. It's been an interesting ride. A lot of people say had a lot to do with this whole Tether Trial going on, and if you don't know, Tether is a stable coin, and they were put on trial under auditing and lawsuit about the fact that they, or I don't know if it's a fact or not, but that they didn't have enough money in their coffers to support their claim that they were backing 1-to-1 the dollar. Stable coins are a very new concept, so it would be logical that there would be a lot of auditing needed and questions surrounding these things. And then also with the governments of the world wanting to bring in their central bank digital currency and their national digital currency, and Tether seems like it could probably get in the way of something like that. So naturally there's probably going to be lawsuits. This is probably the first of many around this type of topic, but I won't go down that rabbit hole just yet. Ethereum is at 1626.87. It did get down to 1400 for a while, and then now it's back up at 1626. Ethereum's not going anywhere either. You know, the dollar, I found a really funny meme that I posted Let's see here. Where is my profile? Right here. Oh my God. It keeps falling lower and lower. Hold, stop selling. And 1 ether equals the 1,595 US dollar. 1 ether equals 1629.12 US dollar. So, the dollar is not doing too well, especially with all this pumping of stimulus checks and stuff like that. And that is why people are scrambling around to learn all they can about cryptocurrency and to jump into the cryptocurrency industry in a way. It is one of the fastest growing industries out there right now. Cardano's at $1.05, so it's managed to stay above $1 after this little crash. As I said yesterday, this is my third crash. I'm starting to become a little bit of a veteran. This is in this crash I did buy, so I got a little virtual merit badge for that. A Polkadot is at 33.80, so Polkadot is still doing well. XRP, I have a hard time keeping track of XRP, honestly, so I'll let it be. Binance Coin is back at 248.09. If you saw my video yesterday, you saw where Binance was like blatantly copying and pasting from Uniswap's code, and PancakeSwap was. So go back and watch that video. It's a pretty interesting look at that. Litecoin's at 193.82, Chainlink's at 27.65. So Chainlink's at a bargain right now if you want to jump in and get some. Not financial advice, but I did. And then Bitcoin Cash. Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash seem to be competing with each other. They both have their fanatics. I'll step out of that one. Stellar is at 41 cents. Uniswap 25.06, doing good. Dogecoin, it's just been hovering. I mean, to be fair, Dogecoin, it's not supposed to have value. It's a joke. It's made as a joke. I did an entire video over it. Go take a look and look at the history of how Dogecoin was made. It's not made to be a currency. It's made as a joke. But sometimes some of the most interesting and important things in history start out as just a joke. So, who knows? So I don't know these OKB and NEM. I've always seen NEM up here in the top 20. I need to figure out what that is and maybe dig a little deeper. Maybe I'll do a project focused video on NEM. Aave's got, 365.92. Dude, I should have sold when I was higher, but I do believe Aave will come back and DeFi will make a huge surge. Cosmos is at 1926. They just released their Stargate update, which is basically them rolling out their inter-blockchain protocol, in which Cosmos blockchain will be able to be compatible and interoperable with various other blockchains. Because if you don't know, blockchains tend to not play well together, like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Zilliqa and EOS and all that. They don't really speak well together, so it's hard sometimes to trade back and forth between the different blockchains, and they maintain in their own little silos and ecosystems, and in order to use those tokens you have to remain within that ecosystem. So what got the Cosmos interoperability, I can't remember what it's called, there's an acronym for it, but for it allowing interoperability, it's gonna hopefully get around these. And that's also what Quant Network is trying to do somewhere down here. I can't find it right off the bat, but it's down there as well. They're not even a blockchain. They're just working specifically on the interoperability issue. So interoperability, scalability, and privacy are the three main issues right now in the blockchain world, and it's interesting to see a lot of these projects that pop up trying to solve these three issues. Theta Network, I'm broadcasting on Theta right now. Hey, what's up, Atile Luno? Let me give you some T-Fuel here. All right, there's 10 T-Fuel. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in as if somebody has to move a tuning dial. Yep, I remember when I was a kid, I'd have to get up and tune the TV. You had 8 channels on the dial. Yeah, I'm that old. So anyway, the Synthetics Network token is at $20.34. So all these DeFi tokens have dropped considerably, but I do think right now they're in a resting phase and will shoot back up. So anyway, that's for that for now. Let me take a look at some of these criticisms. As I said, the Hedera Hashgraph video was a challenging one for me because I'm always on the side of the little guy, and I also my sources, yes. And in my description here, I say I take a broad look at Hedera Hashgraph, what it is, what it does, who made it, and who runs it, and who uses it, and what people say about it. I would be interested to hear your take. Obviously, I'm biased with my info and libertarian-leaning, pro-little guy, anti-big corp stance on things, but I'm always open to opposing views and willing to learn, and I'm just an average working schlep with a rudimentary knowledge at best of this type of technology or working space, and that is true. And I do these videos. I don't do these videos to try to act as a professional representation of these projects. I do these videos because I'm exploring these projects and I want to explore it with other people because nobody around me knows enough or likes to talk about cryptocurrency. So this is my outlet so I don't drive everybody else nuts. I had a good time last night, honestly, on the comments, being able to read some of these criticisms of things that I was saying, sources I was using, and being able to learn from that. So that's what it's about to me. Like I said, my nature is to go with this little guy and decentralization. I love DeFi. I'm anti-establishment and stuff like that. It's my skateboarder roots, punk rocker roots type of stuff. So it's hard for me sometimes to appreciate the benefits of big corporate moves and acceptance and things like them. Something that requires a patent and stuff like that, and private corporations not sharing their code with the public and stuff like that. So it's interesting to hear these viewpoints. I did use Guy from Coinbase as one of my Coin Bureau as one of my sources, and he is right here. He did a video on Hedera Hashgraph, and here's another video from him from Coin Bureau. And his video about Hedera Hashgraph was extremely critical about Hedera, and he is definitely more. He's like me in a way. He leans. I identify with the guy, no pun intended, and he's pretty anti-establishment. He's a very entertaining educator, but he is not a financial advisor, and he will be the first one to say. But apparently, he does some pretty heavy censoring on his own comments. So let's see here. I hate to say this, but your source of information was Coin Bureau. You'll have a lot of information incorrect. I tried to tell Coin Bureau where he was wrong, even proving source information. He banned me from his channel. He has no intention in correcting misinformation and went through great length silencing anyone who called out his inaccuracies. Sorry to say. And okay, I didn't know that he was heavily censoring him. And this guy also backs the other guy up. So you have Supremax67 and Luis Arroyo. That guy seems to hate the idea that it's patented, which is fine, but through those lenses, he twists things to seem a lot worse than they are because he does not want a crypto that succeeds that has a patent. I personally also saw how he banned people just because they offered evidence to the contrary. It's unfortunate. Almost all successes come from patents. It's how you protect your idea and profit from it and keep it secure. Look at Apple, Colgate, Vitamix Blender, Android, etc. Crypto hasn't been very practical in the real world because it's slow and expensive. That corporations are interested, and part of the council lets me know what they need solutions to their problems and wants Hedera to solve it for me. That has value in the long run because we will never get rid of patents and corporations. And the guy has a very valid point. Both Supremax 67 and Luis Arroyo both have very valid points, and they were constructive criticism. It's really hard, and it takes maturity to not jump on defensive stance. What's up, Mirko? Let me give you some T-Fuel. I appreciate you tuning in. To immediately get defensive upon criticisms and to open yourself to other points of view. And that's what I'm doing here. And it is true, patents, do protect your right to ideas and being able to profit from it. It's a double-edged sword, though. Patents can also be used against some well-meaning little guys as well. So interesting stuff and interesting comments. Then I used a source by an article written by Eric Wall that talks about Hedera's 10,000 TPS transaction per second claim on their website. And they had a little footnote. This is for cryptocurrency only, because there's other functions like smart contracts and consensus protocols and file sharing and stuff like that can't do TPS. He says Eric Wall is heavily invested in competing platforms. He has no reason to provide any FOMO to the project, but will keep that one short and simple. He says it is a clone of Ethereum, but the Hashgraph SDK software development kit is available to download, and so anybody can download the development kit and contribute, and anyone running it can clearly see it is not a blockchain. He also talks about smart contracts, and everyone knows that smart contracts are slow. Hedera never claimed it could do smart contracts at 10K TPS, so Eric is spreading FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, on something Hedera has already confirmed. In fact, Hedera introduced the Hedera consensus service that works at the native layer of the network, offering speeds up to 10,000 TPS. The HCS Hedera consensus has already demonstrated that it is far more efficient than smart contracts, and more than 95% of the network users are now using the Hedera consensus service. See Dragonglass Explorer for all the details. I will look at Dragonglass. But like you said, people should do their own research, and I'll further add people shouldn't listen to the competition or people with no technical background, referring to Eric Wall and Guy from Coin Bureau. And then he went through, point by point, kind of picking to pieces some of my sources or ways that I've interpreted some things. I did use QuantStamp, which is an auditing company for a lot of these blockchains and for these DLT companies, distributed ledger technology. And they said, what I'm seeing here is QuantStamp showing over 2,700 TPS from a single user point of view, while the network service remains unaffected for other users. Hedera has already made it clear that they can increase this limit to meet future demand, but for now, no one needs any bandwidth bigger than 1K TPS. ARS DAX being their biggest user, with Coupon Bureau next in line to increase their need to 11K TPS just for them. Let's see. So where was I? So yeah, it would make zero sense for Hedera to shut down a perfectly good network for all other users just to make QuantStamp happy. So yeah, interesting feedback. I appreciate the feedback, people. And if I say something that's incorrect or uneducated or out of whack, let me know. This has been interesting. And always put yourself in uncomfortable places to be able to try to learn. And that's why I'm here. It's why I make these videos and put it out there, because this type of stuff will only grow the space. This type of conversation and ability to learn from each other. So, all right. With that in mind, what's up, Isarina? And let me give you an NFT. How about, let's see, let's try an opening day crate. All right, cool. I love that Theta TV gives me these items I can give away. It's fun, and I like the fact that people actually tune in live to check things out. It's like I said, this is my outlet to be able to talk about crypto, so I don't bother the people around me daily about it. So let's see here. MicroStrategy, man, they've been on a tear lately. Business intelligence firm MicroStrategy today announced the purchase of yet another tranche of Bitcoin. How much is a tranche? Well, I guess a tranche is about 1 billion more Bitcoin. So they have 4.5 billion Bitcoin, and this happened right at the bottom of the crash here that we had. So they're doing well. And I saw Bitcoin go up shortly after they bought that amount of Bitcoin. The company now holds approximately 90,500 Bitcoin. So, wow, what's going to happen in the future when Michael Saylor owns like 10% of all Bitcoin? Is he going to become the new Jeff Bezos? I guess we shall see. And then shortly after that, I got a whale alert. 1,000 BTC, $49 million transferred from unknown wallet to Coinbase. And here's the whale alert right here, transaction details. So maybe somebody's trying to fight against MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is buying the Bitcoin, it drives the price up a little bit, and now this person's dumping 1,000 Bitcoin onto the market. Maybe they're just cashing out, but maybe there's some kind of Bitcoin war going on about people trying to fight over the valuation of it. I don't know, but it's just interesting to see these things. I am a nerd at heart, and I do like watching these little things like that. So this is a great thing about blockchain, is you can sit back and you can watch all this stuff. These transactions occur real time. If you want to go into the Explorer, let me take a quick look at this Dragon Glass Explorer for Hedera. I did pull up a Hedera Explorer yesterday, but yeah, I'll have to dig in further to this here. But okay, so I guess it's a way to look into all real time to all the transactions going on Hedera. So interesting. Okay, back to the topic at hand. So with all this stuff going on with large corporations taking over, with Hedera kind of creating a platform to bring in Hashgraph technology to the Internet of Things, large corporations implementing it. The Council of 39 governing Hedera Hashgraph includes large players such as Google and IBM and Tata Communications and stuff like that, and Boeing is basically bringing the grid and the graph, the Hashgraph, to the world. So the entire world will be on blockchain technology in partnership with the World Economic Forum, I might say, to implement the IoT, Internet of Things, 5G technology, and Hashgraph and blockchain technology to the world, to put everybody on a grid and accountable. And tokenization of society. If everything is tokenized, everybody owns everything, and nobody owns any one thing. So it's kind of what they were saying before: you will own nothing and you will be happy. It's kind of creepy. So a lot of people have a bunch of various takes. If you go on platforms outside of YouTube, like Library and BitChute, you can see a lot of interesting videos about this topic in the World Economic Forum and the tokenization of society and stuff like that. And some can go pretty far out there, but some are very frighteningly logical and common sense. So do what you will with that. I will not go too deep into that because that's not what I do. But what I do is look at projects and just try to educate people about what is out there, not necessarily how to think about it. Okay, so that being said, there are here's an article on the Tech Expert. I will put links to all these articles in my video description. Give a thumbs up if you can. It helps support what I do, and so more people can find it. I do have a Patreon, but I would never ask for money for anything like that. That's right here. But I don't know. I don't have any supporters on Patreon, and I'm not looking for your money. I do have a job, so and that job I dollar cost average into crypto, and I've made some decent money off of crypto so far, and that's what's supporting this channel. So anyway, the future of artificial intelligence depends on 9 companies, the big 9. And let's see who these big 9 are. The G Mafia and BAT, the overlords of artificial intelligence. And as I mentioned, IoT, 5G, and Hashgraph and blockchain technology are coming in to create a tokenized society and a grid going across the world, and which we will, if in the wrong hands, be surveilled and be controlled by large tech corporations operated by governments or that operate as governments, and they will be using AI and artificial intelligence in order to implement that and to control us and society in the way society operates. Is this good or is this bad? There are some good and bad things about it, but 6 of these companies are from the United States: Google, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and IBM. That's the G Mafia. And then you have BAT. BAT. What is this BAT in China thing always popping up? But BAT is Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent. The 3 bigs over there. These leaders of 9 firms affects by a deep sense of altruism and a desire to serve the larger good. These big tech giant companies understand the potential of artificial intelligence to boost healthcare and well-being, to fix our impending climate difficulties, and to raise tens of thousands of individuals out of poverty. While that might be some of the people building the technology's incentives, I don't think that is the incentives of the main people in a lot of these corporations. So, but that's just me. There's ethnic issues of artificial intelligence businesses. I'm definitely drawn to a lot of these philosophical and ethical issues regarding the people who build artificial intelligence, and then how people's worldviews and biases and racism and classism and discriminations and cultures and all that is written into the hard code of a lot of these AI programs, and then it's carried on out from there, and AI learns from itself, and then it creates an entire quagmire of philosophical and ethical issues to wade through. And me having gone through seminary and having a master's of religion, right there is immediately interests me. So I want to dig in to more of these ethical issues coming from kind of a philosophical, anthropological, theological standpoint, and what that means for human beings. That would be a super interesting research topic, ethics and AI, just to go down and maybe kind of find some kind of specialty niche in there. The men and women who create artificial intelligence at large tech firms come from similar social histories, demographics, ethnicities, and religion. Thus, their products frequently draw back or exit specific groups of individuals. That is why we often see AI rumors like an Amazon employing algorithm which discriminates against women, IBM facial detection system which performs poorly on non-white feminine faces, Google algorithm which mislabels pictures of black individuals, Apple algorithm which rewards women in credit grading. Luckily, this incident follows immediate apologies and repairs issued by various businesses. Regrettably, the majority of these results when a person stumbled upon them by opportunity. That which we do not understand is that the numerous other hidden manners artificial intelligence calculations are discriminated against individuals without them realizing it. They're paper cuts, resulting in little disadvantages that may go undetected to the person, but may have enormous consequences at scale. When the men and women that are producing the AI approaches are blind to their own biases, they definitely won't understand the best places to search for issues. And, I see this already in society and a lot of these large governmental type of charity organizations, when people just dump a bunch of money into charity, and then how the people that are processing these grants and divvying out these charity funds and operating expenses and all that stuff, by the time it actually gets down to the people that need it, the money is pretty much all gone. And I can see something like this happening in AI with somebody who's writing this code with the best of intentions in their own tiny little echo chamber in academia or wherever they're coming from. By the time this AI technology actually gets out to the public, it's been completely so detached from real world applications that it has very little use and can even cause harm. See, like for instance, this part says at U.S. universities, computer engineering applications are for the most part concentrated on challenging engineering abilities and programming, systems technology, mathematics. In regards to artificial intelligence, pupils focus on machine learning algorithms, natural language processing, monitor, and other specialized skills. There's very little space for anthropology, theory, and integrity. These themes are usually overlooked or contained as discretionary. Insulated groups which work together, the mental biases and myopia tend to turn into new methods of belief and improved behaviors as time passes. And like minded begins from universities in which large tech firms recruit their employees, and then it goes down to that what I just read. So they all remain within their own little bubbles. The large tech companies are in bed with the universities. They fund the universities. People say, well, trust the science when they're talking about even things like COVID vaccines and stuff like that. Well, who pays for that? Even the Nazis had the best rocket scientists, and they used science in some very dastardly ways. So no, don't trust the science. Trust in look at who's funding those scientists, and then go from there. And it is okay to trust large corporations and established scientists and stuff like that, and that is great. Yes, do trust them, but also always have a critical eye and follow the money. And let the scientists debate amongst each other, and don't silence the scientists and doctors who do have dissenting voices. If you're not a doctor, step back and let them argue with each other and watch. Let's see here. Why are not tech businesses and their usage of AI controlled? The G Mafia wields substantial power and the influence on government in part due to the market economy. The system also, since they've got a powerful cultural aversion towards robust government control of industry. Problems growing dangerous as G Mafia makes artificial intelligence technology still permeates every part of our lives. So their solution to that, I don't have a lot of time left. I need to go, but there's a surveillance system going on in China with the bat guys. You have the G Mafia having a huge chunk of power and of government of power and influence in government due to the market economy. And then, so what they're proposing is what they're calling Gaia down here, the strategy to place AI on the ideal course. So it's basically a governing council. It will reflect all socioeconomic, sex, race, political, spiritual, and sexual diversities. All that sounds great, and I do love some kind of ecumenical, if you will, council of people trying to ethically solve ethical issues. But also I have seen a lot of these very diverse ecumenical type of councils all get insulated within their own echo chamber. When you're given some kind of sense of privilege to be a part of a council, you generally lose touch with the people that you're trying to represent, and you end up rubbing elbows and hobnobbing with your other peers on the council. So pardon my skepticism, but I've seen that take place in real life in places like seminary and stuff like that. So interesting topics. I have to go. I have to get ready for work, but did want to bring to light a couple, since we're talking about AI. Look at this website. I will go into it in more depth tomorrow, fetch.ai. It is a complete, let's see here. It's AI using decentralized blockchain technology. It's an open access, tokenized, decentralized machine learning network to enable smart infrastructure built around a decentralized digital economy. So I'll leave this link in the video description. And then there is Grid Singularity, which is an AI application marketplace, kind of like Ocean Protocol is a data marketplace that's decentralized. So instead of Google or Apple or Tencent or any of these other huge corporations, Microsoft, owning the programs and the AI applications, and them having sole proprietorship over it all, any developers, in order to survive, instead of having to sell their technology to Google or Microsoft, they can put it on the open market and let companies and people use their AI programs and pay for it per use with the AGI token. I think it's amazing that it democratizes AI services. So look into Grid Singularity. No, I'm sorry, not Grid Singularity. Shit, wrong website. AGI token. I think it's Singularity Net. I'm sorry, my bad. SingularityNet.io. I knew the website looks kind of off. But I did a video on this token a while back. I might want to reapproach it here. I just want to do a whole video surrounding AI because I love the topic. And so AI and ethics, what's out there on AI DeFi and stuff like that, or decentralized AI, this global AI marketplace right here. Good stuff, man. Check into it. I will dig in deeper into Fetch and Grid Singularity again tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow and we'll take a look. I got to get to work, or I have to at least take a shower to get to work. And then, yeah. So yeah, interesting stuff, man. A lot of stuff going on these days. Just remember to be nice to each other. I appreciate how nice everybody was in my comments on my video yesterday. I know I'm not a pro at Hedera Hashgraph, and that's why I post these videos so I can learn. And you know, it's hard for me as a punk rock skateboarding kid growing up. I was always anti-establishment. Then as an adult, as like a 41-year-old adult, I'm sitting here joining a rugby team, trying to learn and break my mold and try to learn how to play a team sport, and I did, and it was amazing. So, and then now I'm doing boxing, and I'm 45 years old and living life to its fullest, and just trying to break any type of molds that have been out there. While I'll always still be a punk rock skateboarder kid at heart, I am learning how to be a team player and to, you know, to also accept ideas from the establishment, and that makes sense and are fair and equitable to everybody as well. So have a good day. I'll stop preaching. You guys take care, and I will finish my kombucha and take a shower. All right, bye.